Back with another video, BadNewsBrown. And today I want to talk a little politics. I want to speak on this little BRICS situation that's going on. And for those that don't know, you may have been hearing from some time now about the whole BRICS in the United States in finance or whatnot. And as we all know, this is pretty much, or if you don't know, this is pretty much, if you ask me, the opening stages of World War III. Now, some people say it's World War III already, and it's being fought on different fronts. So, because when we hear war, we tend to think guns, bullets, and bombs, which is just one aspect of the war. Remind me of that term, the pen is mightier than the sword. So, back to the politics. Now, recently it appears that Saudi Arabia has just dropped the U.S. and joined BRICS. Now, for those that don't know what BRICS is, BRICS stands for basically Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Now, in a nutshell, let's just say those 5 countries joined together financially to counter the United States financially. Again, like I said, wars fought on different fronts. So, now this happened a while back, maybe a few years back, when the whole BRICS first started. But it seemed like BRICS has been gaining a whole lot of traction. Because now what's going on, well, before I continue, let me give y'all a little history lesson. Well, traditionally, not even traditionally, let's just say recently, within the past, 50, 80 years. I'm just going to say past 100 years. The United States has been not only the lead nation militarily, but through that, this country kind of finessed a way to keep other countries in check financially. And one of the tactics that was used was, of course, you know how important oil is as a resource. And Saudi Arabia being one of the countries, one of the top oil-rich countries, if not the top. And a while back, they signed a deal with the U.S. saying basically that the only way you can buy their oil is with U.S. dollars, which named the term petrodollars. So again, we know how important oil was, and for the longest, in order for people, other countries or whatever, to basically get oil, they had to buy it in U.S. dollars. And this is just one of the tactics that was used. And again, another thing, I gotta break it down, because money used to be backed by gold. Gold had a natural way of keeping the financial market in check, so to speak, because it's still based on supply and demand. However, though, the supply, let's just say it was kept honest. So that, regulated the demand properly. So, but basically, in the early 70s or maybe the late 60s, the U.S. took the money off the gold standard. So basically, essentially, what that enabled the United States to do, and I'm not a financial genius, but I'm going to put it in street terms, the United States was able to step on it a whole lot more. So this is why when they step on it, that means they make more money. But by them making more money, the value of the money drop. And how we feel the value of the money drop is by rising prices. And to this day, how it works. But with the new maneuver, with BRICS just did by Saudi Arabia joining BRICS now, basically enabling anybody can go ahead and get oil now without using U.S. dollars now. So a lot of countries they're not forced to spend US dollars. So it's a real counter tactic, if you ask me. And again, war is fought on all fronts, so we about to start feeling it. And again, by them doing this, prices is going to rise, because now it's probably going to force the U.S. to step on the money some more and probably try some band-aid maneuvers. But again, we about to feel it, from interest rates to prices, and ain't no telling else. And this is probably why that draft just came around. So, you know, as United States citizens or anybody in the world, you got to get prepared for whatever. But this is a real counter move. But again, this video is just trying to get the common man a general understanding of what's going on, because I know you're hearing about it in the news, all online, about Saudi Arabia and BRICS. And then I think another country, Malaysia, just joined BRICS. So a lot of these countries is hooking up with BRICS now. So the United States is about to lose its financial power. And who bears the brunt of that? It's always the citizens. So with the taxes and all that. So again, this should prompt us, regular people, quote unquote, to really start looking into what's going on and ways we can do to preserve ourselves. I'm just gonna put it like that, because ain't no telling what's gonna happen now. And I haven't really looked into what the U.S. is going to do in response to that. Maybe go to war, but maybe not. But hope not. But again, this is something that you guys need to pay attention to. And I'm just going to keep it 100. And one of the things is, again, like I said before in another video, us in the United States, as much as we go through out here, we tend to live protected and privileged. So we're not used to the dollar bill changing every 5 to 10 years, or destroy and rebuild. So we may get a taste of that soon. Hope not, but we may get a taste of it. So I advise everybody to stay ready and get ready and do their further research about what's going on with this BRICS and how that's going to affect you. All right, BadNewsBrown breaking it down real quick. Go ahead and subscribe to me, y'all. I'll be back at y'all again in a minute. Peace.